It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wildcard Weekend. It's the Bears and the Giants under the lights on Monday night.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Straight ahead, with a nation tuning in, we have an outstanding game for you between the Chicago and the New York Giants. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and the NFL playoffs are finally upon us. We don't know who the teams will be just yet, but one thing we do know, partner, whoever makes it through to the end of the gauntlet ahead has truly earned a spot in this year's Super Bowl.
It's really what the regular season does. It gets you battle-tested before you take the field in these playoffs, where it's win or pack your...
5 teams have advanced to the divisional round, and one more will join them. Our final wild card game is underway. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out is one of the game's all-time leading passers, the top pick back in 2009. Still going strong, it's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
At the 27-yard line.
Working from the gun, here's Stafford. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Stafford now connects with Slayton. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
I think one of my first welcome to the NFL moments, Kate, was my first rookie mini camp. And in the West Coast system, and Mike Holmgren, who taught like Bill Walsh, it wasn't just getting a completion, it was putting it right on the spot so the receiver could do damage like we just saw.
Now Stafford again. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they bring him down around the 34. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. On the counter. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. Ball set on the left hash, 49 yards out. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
On the return, here's Rico Dowdle. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the sun every play. A couple of interceptions. he's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
Lawrence going to throw straight away here. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's picked out by the Giants. Did not want to start like that. They get their shot to show what they can do, and they cough it up immediately, and they're off the field in one play.
Did you see what I saw there, Kate? I think I saw the excitement leave their body as somebody else was on top of that fun ball. If you're the type to believe in omens, well, this is a very worrying start to this game.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Coming right is Hall. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Now Stafford to throw. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Bears offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And they'll have 90-plus yards ahead of them as they take over following the pick. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They motion a receiver left. 1st down throw. Lawrence has his man. It's Ridley. And he's going to be down by contact. So now our attention turns to the flag on the play. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And he winds up out of bounds, but things not settled yet, so we've got a flag down. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Pass caught by Ridley. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Lawrence working from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And that will set up 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
They're going to run with Barkley. And they'll bring him down after an all-right game. 1st shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal. Barkley dodges the tackle, and he's in. Touchdown! The Bears parlay the interception into points. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Giants 3.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Gray now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Giants offense all set to get started. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. Throwing now on first down, Stafford finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. Stafford now on first down. The throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. From the red zone now. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Giants hold a slim 2-point lead early. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Gano's point after is good. And the Giants push their lead to 3. Ready to send this away. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. Here come the Bears back out on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deontay Banks. And the Giants will get the football right at that 25-yard line following the interception.
I've not yet in my lifetime come across a defender who hasn't told me how great an offensive player they were back then. Oh, you should have seen me as a running back or wide receiver. Well, right there, that defender showed some of that background. A brilliant job of getting into the open field and setting his offense up for success.
New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. Look at where they start with the football now.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
The give on second to Hall. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. Because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field. But he still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates notice.
And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
And he drives this forward to the 6. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the Bears' 6-yard line.
They fake the handoff, now Stafford. The back grabs it. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal. Hall. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Hall's going to try to smash his way in. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Giants pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Brees Hall with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Gano for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants make it a 10-point ball game. Gano ready to send this away. Dowdle now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And they need some kind of score here, Brock, to keep this from getting away from him on the road in the postseason. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Micah McFadden able to make the play. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 27. That's going to be caught by Everett. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Nice catch along the sideline. Awesome body control to stay in bounds there. Oh, but we've got a flag on the play. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Gets this one to Shaheed. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Finally, some justice for the quarterbacks. They're so rarely protected in today's game, Brock. The refs saw roughing the passer, and his side gets a 1st down plus some yardage.
You take it down a notch, all right? You haven't been hit by the guys in this league, and you got to protect these poor, fragile quarterbacks. In this case, move the sticks as well.
Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And his defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Like so many before him, he's brought down by DeForest Buckner. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of...
Lawrence. Oh, he's tripped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I'm just hearing the sound. Not a whole lot of other ways phrase to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was third and extra long, and now it's fourth and forever.
On fourth down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And he's hoping for good results on his first look of the night. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Giants football. They're out and set, first and 10. Back to throw, here's Stafford. He finds Slayton. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Jalen Jones up from the secondary to make that stop. Second down now, 7 to go.
At the 27-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. Connects with Slayton. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jalen Jones up from the secondary to make that stop. Third down, 1 yard to go. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a gain of 4. And the Giants will have a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, here's Stafford. Gets this to Slayton. And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the sticks. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4.
Brings up second and 4 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43. This finds Likely. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll go right side with Hall. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second and 8. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, first and 10.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Stafford from the gun. Into the hands of Likely. And he's able to drive to the 29 before the stop. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Second and 2 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29. This finds Bellinger. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Now Stafford again. This throw is caught. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
He's got it. Touchdown, New York. A quick second score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to him until you stop him.
Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants take a 3-possession lead. Gano ready to send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. 24-7 is our score. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They'll take over here, 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, going left. First down throw, Lawrence. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that on exactly where they wanted him, and the penalty gives him a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Barkley on a shotgun handoff. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants' side of the field. 8 yards on that play, and they only have 1 now to go on 3rd down. They go to Barkley in. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's another carry for Barkley. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tyler Nubin with the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Tight end going in motion here. Now Lawrence on the play fake. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Lawrence working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And this stays a 3-possession game.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Giants and Darius Slayton with the football once again. There has been nothing that can stop them, so we got to assume this drive, Brock, likely going to end in a touchdown as well. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3. 46-yard line.
Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Hits him on the out route. And as this play goes out of bounds, all eyes turn to that flag on the field.
Personal foul, unnecessary running.
An avoidable mistake, and that one's going to set the coaches off more than almost any other. And now they're going to mark off the yardage. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
The throw is caught. And this one doesn't go far.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the...
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. But now all eyes going to turn to those officials. We got to see if this flag is going to take it away.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty.
That penalty is declined.
Gano for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants make it a 24-point ball game. Gano ready to send this away. Dowdle now to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Has his man, it's Ridley. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Nate Hobbs in on that stop.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Stays upright. But there's too much pressure, and he's brought down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Five men in the secondary for the G-men now ahead of 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's complete to Juju. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
1st down, a run with Barkley. Good little rip there, looks like about 6. Michael McFadden able to make the play. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Lawrence. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. He lets a heater go deep, middle, and oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
The Bears about set for their next possession. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. Lawrence now off the play action. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. This one misses the tight end, and it sets up 2nd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Broken up by a big guy at the line. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Lawrence throwing here. Dump off caught by his back. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
Takes it in at the 21. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Stafford now on 1st down. Able to hit Hall, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
At the 38-yard line.
From the 38. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
The Giants ready to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be Bears football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Little off-center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. Looking for the back that time. And now it's 2nd down. Barkley trying this up the gut. We'll have him gain about a handful there. We're now on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the sack. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Intended target was Calvin Ridley. So they're left facing third and long. Lawrence to throw it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. Cut by Sutton. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one. It kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. He completes it in traffic. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns momentum.
On 1st down, here's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Finally a rare win for them against this passing game and a much-needed one to hopefully restore a little morale on that sidelines. 3 first-half touchdowns. They've been lit up like the 4th of July and really needed something that could be a foothold toward a little momentum before we get to halftime.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Gets this to Slayton. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down. The Bears into the nickel for 3rd down.
3rd and 14.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Bears are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
Chicago getting set to take the field now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Down he goes. The Giants got to him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Goodness gracious, this quarterback is taking an absolute beating in this first half. You better have some ice for him ready at halftime. I'll tell you this, Kate, it has been a brutal couple quarters, and if you don't start protecting the quarterback, this guy may not make it and even finish this game.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Lawrence looking to throw. Gets this one to Shaheed. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. And after the punt, the offense comes out onto the field. And it'll be their football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Hall running between the tackles. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this third down. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. And they pick him off again! Tyreek Stevenson has it! And the Bears take over once again after forcing his 4th interception of the night. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Toss play to Barkley. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. To the ground with Barkley. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and things looking a lot tougher for them now with 2nd and 20. Lawrence working from the gun. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now it's Lawrence. He's on the move. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears parlay the interception into points. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. Much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
He fields it from the 8. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. This one's knocked away, so that's incomplete, and now we've got a flag down. This may be against the offense as well. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Stafford back to throw. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. So now it's 2nd and long. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Completed to Sutton. And he gets him around 6 there. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. They send the tight end in motion. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So we're to the half in this NFC Wildcard contest. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where you see the final score there. All right, Kate, once again, thanks very much. What a 3 days of football. This has been an absolute blast. Now, just one more half of football remains until we lock down the matchups for the divisional round starting next Saturday. We saw a vintage first half from the veteran Matthew Stafford. He got off to a hot start with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes, threw another for good measure in the 2nd quarter. So he has been on target throughout.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Dowdle now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. Another drive coming up for this offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 32 on that play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. 1st down, and they go right back to it. He's got a gain of 6 there. Micah McFadden able to make the play. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. One of the tight ends motioning right. Lawrence now off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate, you've got to sell, sell, sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Has his man, it's Ridley. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Offense staying out there, it's 4th and 1. Here's Lawrence to throw. He connects downfield on 4th. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Giants, then Matthew Stafford, set to go back on offense. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Stafford has him on the quick hitter. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw here, Stafford. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing from the pistol, Stafford. Taken in by Likely. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. We've got an injury stoppage here, and no, not what any of us want to see. You remember the injury his rookie year. It's Breece Hall hurts on the play. 4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Trying again, following the sack. Got Everett, and it's complete. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. Now Lawrence on the play fake. He's got Shaheed. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go play action here. Pass caught by Ridley. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's a Chicago first down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Able to get it to Barkley. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Has the connection to Ridley. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 24. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those situations where QB's strength and ability to run can be a great blessing, but can also be a curse. We've seen him use his feet before. This guy can escape, and that's a blessing. But it can be a curse because sometimes you think you can get out of everything. And this defense just proved he couldn't.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Lawrence working from the gun. That's going to be caught by Everett. And they take him down right along the 30.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. I know. Sometimes we take kickers for granted, but I'll tell you what, you can't hit that any better. Never even flirted with an upright. That was right down the middle.
Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Giants are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this one, well, I think we all know it's going to be a tough one to watch again on film, but a lot to be learned from this showing here, right? He's been intercepted 4 times, and it's been real tough to get a good read on what the coverage has been doing to stop him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Stafford from the gun. Gets this to Slayton. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Shotgun snap to Stafford. McLaughlin's got it, complete. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't to move the chains.
The Bears and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. No return on that punt. And the Bears are going to take over deep in their own territory. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Motion man sent left. First down throw, Lawrence. Gets this one to Shaheed. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lawrence looking to throw. He gets this one to Smith-Schuster. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. On the handoff, it's Barkley. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
Another try following the sack. Short pass brought in. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Stafford. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they're going to take over possession. Here comes their offense out again. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. This finds Everett complete. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's Saquon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. Now it's Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it.
In theory, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
So out now comes the punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be Giants football. They fake the handoff now, Stafford. It's caught, McLaughlin. And that's good for a gain of 5. That's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And he makes the Heffs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Went to the old well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Santos now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears bring it back to even. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. After the pick, Stafford back to the air. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Taken in by Likely. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing now, Stafford. That's caught for the 1st. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
On 1st down, here's Stafford. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Now is Terry McLaurin on the target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now Stafford again. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Back to throw, here's Stafford. Has him on the quick hitter. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 42-yard line.
Hand off to the back. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford. Setting up the screen. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Off the play fake, it's Stafford. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass, too, and that D-tackle just got it done.
Trying again, following the sack. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Throwing with a blitz on the way. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down. That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Gano ready to send this away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Everett. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Azeez Ojulari getting there for the tackle. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Motioning the tight end now. From the 33 on 2nd down. Barkley's got it. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. Running it after the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Buckus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. We're down to 1 quarter before we determine our wild card winner. It's Bears football, and they face elimination. They trail to start the 4th. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. They motion the tight end over. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Got Everett, and it's complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
As we're into the both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Stafford now against the blitz. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks setting you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Bears into the nickel for third down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Giants will have a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing now on first down. Stafford finds him over the middle. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So now here's 3rd and 5. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Now elsewhere on the return, there's an injured player in need of some attention, which he will get as trainers head his way. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
The good defenses in this league, every once in a while, they could bait a quarterback into a throw. And you do that by having eyes on the quarterback. Getting to a good drop, forcing that check down, and they'd only just bait him into a completion, but they knocked him backwards after the catch.
And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease. You get to that money down, that 3rd down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Collects this at the 32. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. McLaughlin there to bring it in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, a running back in the flat.
And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing now, Stafford. He beams one deep right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they face second down. Throwing from the pistol, Stafford. Into traffic, complete. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Roughing the passer. Defense.
So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. Now Stafford again. Connects with Slayton. And he gets this forward to the 19. Second and 3 now. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
That's good for the Giants. First down.
Design bootleg here. Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down, but where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Well, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. Gets this to Slayton. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Throwing is Stafford on third. This throw is caught. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. This one of the biggest moments of the game for Graham Gano. A very short kick here from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Dowdle now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now this offense ready to head back out. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Sending a receiver left. Lawrence now off the play action. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
First down, ball at the 36. They send a tight end in motion. First and 10, it's Lawrence. Cut out left. And he'll get it up to the 44.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Handoff on second and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Going to the ground again on first. By a man, and now he's to the 49. Only gets a yard there to make it second and 9. Lawrence working from the gun. Has his man, it's Ridley. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Defense showing blitz. Stafford. Cut by Sutton. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Stafford now. The sideline shot snagged by Sutton. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 37. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
From the 47. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still 1st down.
They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that 1st down flag. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Completed to Sutton. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
A gain of 13 brings up 2nd and 2 at the 11-yard line.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. They'll run here following the penalty. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Back to the well again. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. This one of the biggest moments of the game for Graham Gano. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
Best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done, and they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters. These are the moments they live for.
Dowdle now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. This offense making its way back out now. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now it's Lawrence. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Has the connection to Ridley. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. Hits his running back. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. 1st down throw, Lawrence. Pass caught by Ridley. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Caught near the goal line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. So the Giants come away with the win. And they're headed to the divisional round next week. Great start to their playoffs and getting the win at home, but the test's only getting harder from here on out. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York.